Hello, hello. Thank you for checking in. It is Friday, Funny Friday, and every Friday is a regular feature of Live with Lorielle New called Funny Friday, where we share jokes to put everybody in a good mood for the weekend. So I hope you have some jokes to share with the group. And hello, let me say hello to everybody. Hello, Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Andrew Jonas and Fairy Lover and Lucky Girl and Marcel and Azure Yusuf and LaCram and Scott Kimmis and Bill Nouse and Red Stapler and N1QOV and Philip and Witch of Capri, Marcel and Sam and St. Clinton, and am I missing anyone? Mark Mean and Star Raven. Hello. Thank you for checking in. Great to see everybody. Hello. Wing Doggy. So it's Friday. Woohoo! Getting ready for the weekend. Getting ready for the weekend. And I hope everybody has some for the weekend. Hi, Scott Gibbons! And and hello to everyone watching on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, just to remind you, there is a lag of like a minute. So, hello. And there's a movie opening up that I'm really excited to see. I don't know if I'll be able to see it this weekend, but I want to see it soon. Called Michael Keaton is in a movie called Birdman. Michael Keaton hasn't worked in a really long time. And he used to be like A-list. And then he kind of disappeared. And so this movie... Angie, no worries, no need to apologize. It's all good. We're all friends here. We understand you. We get you. We love you. and Michael Keaton hasn't been around and doing a lot of movies, and he's changed. You know, he was the first in the Batman series. Like now, everybody's been Batman, but Michael Keaton was the first Batman. I don't know if you guys remember the first one. It was Michael Keaton and Kim Basinger and the first recent one, modern one. I have to say that Batman's been done many times over the years. And Jack Nicholson. But he was the first like big budget black Batman. And so he has a movie now called Man, which is supposed to be really good. And hi, N1QOV. Bonjour, mon chéri. And it's very self-referential in that he plays a character that's very much like himself in real life. He plays a guy who used to be a superhero A-list actor and then suddenly got kind of washed up, and he's trying to make a comeback. But he might be going crazy. And so that's a movie I am most looking forward to. And so far, I've heard some really good things. People have been talking like award season stuff. So who knows if that's just hype or not. But I'm excited to see that. And Michael Keaton looks completely different now. Now he's like skinnier, and he's got a lot less hair than he used to have. So that looks good to me. Bill says Fury was to be good. I think I read somebody that said that Fury was very brutal and violent and hard to watch. It might be a good that leaves you with a stomachache and a headache and feeling pain. Hi, Jesus. And Jesus has the first joke of the Funny Friday. Thank you very much, Jesus. What do you call a man with no body and just a nose? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Hello. And hello, you YouTube peoples. Philip and Sam and N1QOV and St. Clinton and anyone else who's over there. Hello. It's a little cooler in LA today. Look, I have long sleeve on. I have long sleeve on. Hey, Tesis. Bill is feeling kind of sick. You know, Bill, a lot of people be careful because this, when it's like this kind of fall and the temperature is like bouncing back and forth and it keeps changing and it's like warm and then it's cold and then it's warm and it's cold. A lot of people end up getting sick because of like the weird temperature changes. It's like it's warm and then it's cold at night and yeah, Bill says he's pretty sure he doesn't have Ebola. You know, people now are using Ebola to get attention, to, like, they're using, I just read something about some guy, I forget which state it was. He had, I think he was going to court or something. And now they're using it, they're making up the threat. They're like, oh, I need to see the judge right away because I've got Ebola! Except people, nobody wants to joke about that. So there's been several people who claims do whatever, and they found out that people take that actually pretty seriously, and they're not joking about it. And if you make up a phony claim and say like I've got Ebola, they will throw you in the hazmat suit. Yeah, nobody wants to joke about that, but there's some people that are trying to use that as a little scam technique. Tisa says, what is the first bet that most people make in their lives? The alphabet! N1QOV says, Tish, when you speak French, it drives me wild. Oh, mon chéri. Merci beaucoup. Marcel says, does anyone have any plans to stare at their phone somewhere exciting this weekend? Oh, wait, I missed something, Bill. What did you say? Oh, Bill, you're saying somebody made up one of those fake claims? It might not be true. People are making up these claims, and then people are panicking. People have a fever, and so they've already had several people that they checked out, and they thought something, and then they are like, no, you don't. People are getting really crazy because there's a psychosomatic effect for anytime there's like a weird scare, like somebody smells something weird in a building and like 3 people get sick. You hear these stories, 3 people get sick because there's something weird in the air vent ducts, and 3 people get really sick, and 29 other people get psychosomatic sick. And they have the same symptoms, and they get sick even though they were never in contact with it, because like they get like. Belle says there's a woman in the carnival ship that put herself in quarantine. Well, let's see. She could be sick or she could be unsick. The disturbing thing to me, Belle, I know this isn't really joking, but the disturbing thing to me is that apparently what I read of the hospital in Dallas, they were completely not following any of the safety protocols. Like, what was going on there? They had the guy out in first. He came in, and he said, "Hey, I've got a fever and I'm sick and I just came from Liberia." And they're like, here's some penicillin, go home. They sent him home for a week to spread germs around. And then he came back, and they figured out he did have Ebola, and they had him out in the open and not quarantined for hours, just lying there being sick. And then the nurses didn't have the correct protective gear. People didn't have the booties on. That stuff was getting tracked around the hospital. Samples were getting sent all over. Like, they weren't following any of the procedures. Some people followed, some people didn't. And the contaminated, like, robes and cloths and all the contaminated stuff was just like put in a pile in the corner. It wasn't. So it sounds like they were doing everything the wrong way, which seems like, wait, don't you guys know better? Because this is, while it may be new in the U.S. that we've just had this Ebola has been around for 40 years. It's like they know a lot about the disease, and they know how to handle it and what to do and not to do. So they should know better. I mean, all these things, it's 40 years. And so... Tisa says, what do you call a sleeping bull? A bulldozer. Linda says, what is more difficult than cutting school? Taping it back together. You don't have to apologize, Angie. It's all good. Marcel says, borrow money from a pessimist. They don't expect to ever get it back. Bill says they do know better. It's just greed. Angie says you should know. Angie says you should know. Now, this is a secret. Angie has feelings. She's very sensitive. Angie, we never realized that, Angie. Angie, everybody knows that. Everybody knows you're very sensitive. Everyone who's friends with you knows that, and they understand and they love you. Oh, Sue, have a fun time at dinner. That's awesome. Oh, Angie, we didn't hurt you. We love you. Let's see. Linda says, have you finished making the Kool-Aid yet? And Linda says, no, I'm having trouble getting the water into the little envelope. Angie, there's no pinning on anyone. It's all good. It's forgotten. It's all gone. It's over. Today is a new day. And you are here with your friends. Marcel says, good point. Marcel says, dentists make money off of people with bad teeth. So why should I trust the toothpaste they recommend? 4 out of 5 dentists with patients who chew gum recommend that their patients chew Trident gum. What about the other dentist? What does the 5th dentist say? Oh, Shocker, your mic is on. Wonderful here, I love it. The 5th dentist says, would you like a bag of candy? Have a lollipop. I'll see you back in 6 weeks. Why did the banana go to the doctor? Because he was not peeling well. Tisa says, why is England the wettest country in the world? Because the Queen has reigned there for decades. It's all the Queen's fault. It's Funny Friday, where we share jokes to put everybody in a good mood for the weekend. So if you have a joke, please write it and the answer in the chat room, and I will try and read it without massacring it. Tisa says, what belongs to you, but everyone else uses it more than you ever do? Your name and your phone number. How many people out there listening have trouble remembering your own phone number? Or if you have 2 or several phone numbers, like you remember one but you can't remember your cell phone number because you never call it. How are you expected to know a number you never call? Hi, Bill. Thank you. Linda says she had one of the worst punishments she's ever had. She got in detention. The teacher put her in a round room and told her to sit in the corner. She spent an hour and a half walking in circles with the little chair. I can't find the corner! Marcel says, I wonder how much a zebra would cost if you scanned it. Yeah. What is the barcode on a zebra? Tisa said, why did Thesis put his money in the freezer? Because he wanted some cold, hard cash. He likes the feeling of cold, hard cash in his pocket. Ooh, tingly. What do you get when you cross a snowman with a vampire? Frostbite. Sue has one. What do you call a striped bra? Zebra. Hi, Wing Doggy. Hi, Brad. Hi, Wing Doggy. N1QOV says, how do you spell, trick question, psychosomatic? That is when you have the symptoms of or reaction of a disease or an allergy without actually having the disease or allergy. Your body produces the same symptoms without actually having the real affliction. Because the brain is very powerful. Like when people have a psychosomatic pregnancy, like they really want to be pregnant so bad that they start to bloat and their stomach gets big and they start feeling the same symptoms as if they're pregnant, but they're not. It's all in their head, but it's in their head, and their head is making their body, your head is controlling your body, and suddenly your brain is producing chemicals and making side effects to a condition that you don't have. The brain is very powerful. Well, when Marcel says, I was feeling very superior as I watched a dog chase its tail over and over, watching the dog, and I'm feeling, gosh, dogs are very simple creatures, are so easily amused. Look at that dog chasing its own tail. And then I realized that I've been watching the dog chase its own tail for half an hour. Oh, touche. Marcel says, if I had $1 for every time somebody told me to grow up, I could build the coolest treehouse ever. What bow can't be tied? A rainbow and an elbow. And an oboe. Hey, tie my elbow. Lisa says, what do you call a laughing motorcycle? A Yamaha. Allura said she got in trouble once. She made a paper airplane out of her homework. And the teacher asked, what happened to your homework? And she said, I made a paper airplane out of it. And the teacher said, okay, where's the paper airplane? And where is it? Somebody skyjacked it. All right. Okay. I don't know if that one worked. The dog ate it. What season is it when you're on a trampoline? Springtime? Have you guys seen the videos on the internet of like dogs and foxes on trampolines in somebody's backyard? And they discover that they can bounce and they actually start bouncing? Animals are so much smarter than we realize. Yeah, they're like they get up on the trampoline and they're like do a little like boing boing and then they're like and they're like boing 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 and all of a sudden they're like bouncing all over. Hang on. Alright, just checking up a minute. I have not had any more. I have not seen the Flower Bandit ever since the cops got involved. She has not been back. I'm very happy about that. What has one head and four legs? Well, one head, 1 foot, and four legs. A bed! Oh my goodness, it's already past 5:45. How did that happen? How did that happen? We've been having so much fun talking. Okay, so time flies when you're having fun. All right, I am just about to sign off, but I want to thank you guys for coming to see me because you're awesome. And I will be back on Monday at 5:15 Los Angeles time. Let me say goodbye to everybody, Laura Starr and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Winged Doggy and Redhead and Scott Kimmis and Bill Nouse and Marcel and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Red Stapler and N1QOV and Sam and St. Clinton and Philip, Sturgis Guy and Jim Dandy. Thank you for checking in. You guys are awesome. Kisses for everybody. I love you. I love you. And when QOV says, what does the fox say? What does I love you? Bye. Yeah, that song was like the #1 song in the world for like 10 minutes. I love you. Bye. Have an awesome weekend. Bye.